Hey up guys, Maury here. Obviously, now that I know our divisional status next season, unfortunately in the championship, it is what it is. But here's what I like in our transfer recruitment. Obviously, I've heard that Jimmy Dunn is all but finished. I'm not going to say he's all but done because, pardon the pun. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Jimmy Dunn's all but finished, regardless if we would have gone to Premier League or stayed in Championship. But let's go on to Premier League first. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise we stay in Championship, because realistically, all these players what we're linked with, if we go up, like our list, Leeds United will be in the same pulling for them. Obviously, Burnley will be. Don't forget, Leeds United have got Daniel Farke. He'll have a pull on players. Then Scott Parker. He'll have a pull on players due to his Chelsea and Tottenham links. And then, obviously, your Bournemouth will probably go for the same type of players as us. And your Crystal Palace. And they will have more than a pull than us. Then you can argue with your Leicester City, your Southampton, your Wrexham, your Birmingham will be in for the same type of players as in Championship. But I'm not worried that Chris Wilder won't have a pull over them clubs. To say like your Daniel Farke and your Scott Parker will, and then your say like your go on, whoever's I forgot who was Glasner. That's it, Glasner thingy. Go on. Oh my god, mine's got blank. Crystal Palace, and then Bournemouth you've got Areola, and Brighton you've got that German manager who's quite decent, and then you follow your Marco Silva, he's a good manager. There we will be competing with them if we go up. But what I'd like us to sign is for Championship, I'd go for Harry Darling in central defence, pair him up with, hopefully, an Ahmed Hodzic, but I can't see him staying at club now because I see him going to Serie A, some daft reason. And do you know what? Not all's lost. I do think Hamza Chowdhury will probably end up signing. We've got an option to buy regardless at League Weird. And I've heard from Grapevine, like, maybe to a fan, if he's going to sign for us in Championship, that'll probably be a deal what we'll probably strike on. And like I said, Jimmy Dunn, he's a good right back option, and I'm sure he plays at centre back, I believe. Not too sure. What I'd like in midfield, I don't know, but I think Vinny Souza will end up going for some daft reason. I think if say like Vinny Souza goes, could just show on Andrew Chowdhury in central midfield and have Ollie Arblaster alongside of him. It's so much excitement. Not all's lost on the miss out at Premier League. Like I said, it's not a be all and end all. It's not end of world that we would all be in Premier League next season. Yeah, we might lose a few assets, but I don't think we will. I think Gustavo Harmer will stay simply because Callum O'Hare's at club now, and I want to see 2 number 10 roles. So like obviously Mike Cooper in goal, of course I think he'll stay. Then you Jimmy Dunn on the right wing, on the right back. I always call it right wing because I'm used to right wing back. Then I'd have obviously Harry Darling, splurge on Japhet Tanganga, hopefully lure him away from Millwall club. Then Harrison Burrows, sorry. And then this is where we get interesting. I'd put Ollie Arblaster as captain with Hamza Chowdhury. I'd put in another role as well. I'd do a 2 in the wide midfield, but not too wide, if you know what I mean. So there's a little. I'd put like Gustavo Harmer in that midfield role, and with Callum O'Hare just in front to him, just to get a bit of stability. And then up front, I think Tyrese Campbell and Tom Cannon. But my sign is what I'd like to see. Go for what you call it, if we can't get Tanganga. Go for a Callum Doyle. Go for Callum Doyle as well on loan. And then if we don't end up playing in what you call it, go on that 4-2-2 system, I'd say go for Ben Doak. Go for Ben Doak at Liverpool, get him in. Or even if we don't show Amjad Chowdhury, go for like Tyler Morton, some championship experienced heads who's been in that level. Or you could argue on the right wing, he's out of contract. Put Kwame Poku, I believe. He's quite a steal. Get him on a free, and this is when I think I'll get slandered here. I'd go for Ricky J. Jones. I've always liked him. I've always not understood why we signed him. Ricky J. Jones is a pacey winger. I think he's outgrown Peterborough United now. Maybe Harrison Burrows can like lower him as well. Chris Wilder can make gems out of players. Everyone didn't want Tyrese Campbell last season because he thought he were injury prone. I've always seen potential in Tyrese Campbell. I've always seen what he can be, what his worth is. Yeah, he's injury prone, he can't last a full 90 minutes. But Tyrese Campbell, if he were on 90 minutes a game, he'd score 20 odd goals in a single season. Because he's a good finisher. He's good in box. I believe if a fitter Tyrese Campbell would have been left under like up front on his own other day, he could have got a brace and we would have been up. But hey ho, it is what it is. Take it on chin. And also, I'd go for a backup keeper, so like Angus Gunn from Norwich. He's out on contract, I believe. Go for him, back up to Cooper if Cooper does go. Put him in goal. And like, I think, obviously, what you call it, Freddie Woodman from Preston North End, I'd say bring him as a backup. We need to start preparing for the worst. We need to start thinking of ideas for, obviously, if we do lose Gus Harmer, which I don't think, because he's too unfit consistently. It's not what other managers would pick up, even though he's a wizard, and he's our wizard, and I hope he does stay. I really do. And lastly, I think if we get rid of Vinny Souza, not always lost, we can also go back in for Tyler Morton, which I might like. And I'd take a punt on that Hatsuse as well, from Blackburn, and Tyrese Campbell. Not Tyrese Campbell, oh my god, what a bloody humdinger. Tyrese Dolan. Imagine him down wing if we do lose Harmer. Down wing, are we look threatening against us at the home fixture? Get Tyrese Dolan in. Beat Middlesbrough to race with him. Because we need to have him in our team. I think he'd drive us forward. And players I think should go, unfortunately. I hate to say it, Ryan Brewster served his time well, got his goal against Sheffield Wednesday this season, but obviously played a few decent spells. Unfortunately, I think we need to cut his losses. Obviously, Jack Robinson, I think he should go, to be fair. And obviously, I tried to like him. End of the day, it's not what I want to see next season with Leicester coming down. With Southampton, they've got some good pacey players. I don't want to be seeing him up against like say Wan-Chaka or something daft like that, and Ryan Manning. Is it Ryan Manning? Pacey left back for Southampton as well. Who I wanted us to sign, but obviously he went to Southampton due to Russell Martin link, which I'd still take a punt on him, to be fair. I really would, but it's not unlikely. And obviously you've got like your likes Tyrese Campbell from Charlton Athletic coming up from League One, which I wouldn't fancy him cutting inside of Jack Robinson. And then you could also argue the fact that other side, I believe it's Carnu or something daft like that. Charlton's got a young squad, by the way, and your Wrexham, like Rathbone, Willie, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a love they attract players. And then your Jay Stansfield, Birmingham City, he's going to be something else in this league. And I want to talk about, obviously, worst comes to worst, if Michael Cooper does go, I could see us going in for Carl Rushworth. I really could. Like, Carl Rushworth, like, basically getting him on loan or something. I hope Coops don't go, but I can see him, if we don't go up this season, next season, sorry, I can see him going to, like, I don't know, a Premier League club. Same with Harrison Burrows, we'll lose him. I think we might fall lucky now, because obviously he's not a proven player in that league yet. But who knows? Teams could come in for him this season. Who knows? But yeah, it is what it is. But like, I just think we need to cut losses on Jack Robinson, and like, we need to cut losses on Adam Davis as well. He's a good shot stopper, but he's not a good shot stopper in Championship, in my opinion. And I also think we need to cut loss, and I hate to say it, Kiefer Moore. I tried to back him. He weren't my favourite player coming in October, September, October, but when we first signed him, I thought we've got a good signing, but he's getting on a bit now. We need a young like forward to just get on pitch. Is he stopping Ryan O'Neill's progression for us? Because Ryan O'Neill looked a different gravy when he came on against Bristol City in that 2-1 win back in November on my birthday. Whoop. He looked a different gravy. Is he stopping younger players' generation? And then we need to take a punt on Louis Marsh, and I think we will, because didn't he do bits for Fleetwood? We need to take a punt on young players. I've put younger players in next season, as well as our new signings. So yeah, that's all on top of my head, to be fair. And you could argue about Billy Blacker as well. It's exciting because half of these youngsters, what we've got, won't get a sniff in Premier League. No offence. We need another season in Championship or two just to get a rebuild. The only problem is, will we have that financial benefit, like from parachute payment? Even though I think we've sold quite a few players to get what players we wanted. You've got your Traore, you've got your Asula, where we sold him. We've got Jayden Bogle money. Obviously, is fair play to him. He's gone to Leeds United and the Premier League while we're in Championship. End of the day, he has done bits for Leeds. We can't all deny that. But he might have done good in in Premier League. But who knows? So, yeah, we need to start bedding, so like Sariki into the squad. We need to start bedding like Oni into the squad now as a third choice option. And Andre Brooks as well. I think his progression stalled because of Saka coming in and taking limelight, which rightly so. But it's what Wilder sees. It's what Wilder sees attitudes in that training pitch. It's what Wilder on that training pitch as well. I just think, and for those fans, what wants Wilder out, it's ridiculous, because I think if we would have got rid of Wilder, another manager would have like got his new players in. We would have been in the same situation. We would have finished a lot lower in league than we have done. 92 points won on pitch. Minus for 2, 90 points. Sorry for using -2. We'll get an F. But I think also it's 31 wins we've had this season under him. 31 wins. Make that as you will. 20 odd clean sheets. So 25, I think, clean sheets. Like, it's not a bad season, isn't it? Oh, you Wilder Art Brigades. It's not a bad season. Despite saying, oh, Wilder out, well, Wilder's like thinking. He's passionate in his press conference. He's passionate. For those what say Wilder out, Wilder. He's got us from League One. From League One football back in 2016. I remember I was talking to a lad back then who were, I think he was a Northampton fan or an Oxford United fan. He got back-to-back promotions with their club. So don't say Wilder is not the man for the job. Because he is, in my opinion. It might not be your opinion, but it's my opinion that he's the man for his job. Yeah, he sulks. Yeah, he can be a bit of a tool. But he's our tool. He's our tool, to be fair. And I think, as well, he's the right man to lead us forward. He's the right man. And I might be wrong next season, and I will hold my head. I will be open to any criticism if I'm wrong. But at the moment, whilst that's proved what pull he had on players like Callum O'Hare and obviously Harrison Burrows, Mike Cooper, Saka, Ben Brereton Diaz, who was a hot property when we were in doldrums Premier League, how he got us believing again, got us some wins after a slump with Paul Eckenbottom, which is no disrespect to him, but how he got us lifted a bit. Do you know what I mean? How we got a second choice keeper from Atletico to come to Sheffield United in Premier League. I know it's not worked out, but like Ryan Brewster, he was the hot property. He was a hot prospect. So, what? Do you know what? I can't say Wilder out. The only thing what I didn't like about him is he took the money and run when we were in deep. And another thing, Aaron Ramsdale back then, he were property. Dean Henderson, he were. All these players, what he loads at club, it was his effect. What other manager, go on then, what manager do a better job than Wilder for us at the moment? I don't think there's no one. Who can we get? Steve Cooper? I'd rather have Slavisa Jokanovic back, because I can't watch him. I really can't. And Slavisa Jokanovic was sideshow Bob at press conference. Like, do you know what I mean? carried on from Sylvester Kanovic's finger, my video cut out while I was in car. So yeah, obviously I think Chris Wilder all in all done a good job for the club. I know people want his head, but look at last season. Last season is the key factor. Believe in him still. He's the right man for the job. I don't care if anyone thinks different. He's brought us from low to high. I know it took, like I said earlier in the video, it took money and run, but obviously we just weren't same in second season at lockdown. Second season in lockdown thing, we had no fans, and no disrespect to Paul Heckingbottom and Slavisia Kanovic. You could argue that Paul Heckingbottom did a good job due to getting us promoted in second season in charge. And we'll say we don't go up via playoffs. We never have done and never will, I don't think. Only way we go up is getting over that dotted line at top 2 place. I just think also, like I said earlier, we're not a Premier League club. We never have been. We just haven't got the money to go up as a Premier League club, because we are a working men's club. We are a fancy wamby-pamby club. I think that's the meaning. So yeah, that's just all for this video. Obviously, if you like it, please subscribe. Well, yeah, please subscribe. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube. So we'll kickstart this video going on YouTube as well.